quickly as they came, they are gone. Okay. Thanks for coming back. And yes, project Alcatraz continues. So get the wind off the camera. So how much did we get? We got 8.5 tenths of rain. So yeah, that will be just tickety-boo. So for whatever else for the remainder of the season, that's more than enough moisture. We're in the mid to high 20s centigrade, which for around here, that's just perfect. A little bit of a breeze would be nice at this point. I know I'm being very demanding of Mother Nature, considering our strained relationship earlier this year. But I would like to try and get the headlands on these two fields cut in the next week, and then that way I can tell Curtis definitively that the swather is good. I'm pretty sure it is, but I would like to have a test run and be sure. So I'm gonna head back over here and try and get the last of the posts put in. I've got the two big Kahuna posts because I want to run the new strainers, because the one that goes down by the ravine where the ground is soft is an 8 foot. That's an 8 foot 5 inch, and then the one up on the hilltop by the gate is a 7.5 foot, but that's actually a 6 inch. But it's what I have. I've got to do a run and get more strainer posts. I've got lots of fence posts, but actually we've got to go and buy a bunch of posts on this year's account to do with our government grants for the conservation, because we have a budget for the fencing for the new tree rows. Even if it doesn't get done, what the heck is that bug? Oh, that's not good. Even if the fencing doesn't get done this year, it needs to get put through the books this year. Oh, their barley took a hit. Ugh. Anyway, squirrel. So yeah, I've got to go and I'm waiting to see. They usually have a big fence material program towards the end of summer at the local co-op, where they'll do so much off per bundle if you buy multiple bundles of posts, which we will be, and we'll need at least one more pallet of barbed wire. I don't think we'll need any more electric wire because we have all the electric wire we need already on the farm. We'll just be rearranging it, as you know, by my apocalypse fencing. So yeah, let's get on to the project. Grasshoppers. The numbers are starting to get pretty bad. Yes, the gophers. Still Satan's spawns. I figured I would bring you guys along. I'm crossing the South Dam Field. So, you're now starting to see the impact of the grasshoppers. Grasshoppers will go after the grass first. They're not as big a fan of the alfalfa, but they will turn to it once the grass is done. And as you can see out here, you can see all the alfalfa, and then you can see the grass sort of lower between. Now we're exactly halfway through August, and there's been no animals on this field yet at all. But And all the rain we've had, you would think it would be way further ahead than it already is. The gophers have been doing a number on it. But there's still lots out here, and that's kind of why I left it. I probably could have cut this whole center section for hay, because there is lots here. But I wanted to leave a good mat in case we didn't get any more rain and the hopper set in. I wanted to make sure there was still going to be lots out here for the cows. So, and further to our conversation a few weeks back, this is one of the fields that when we took this farm over almost 30 years ago, this field did not produce much of anything. Produced dust is what it did. Now here's a little bit heavier soil. Back over there towards the road, because that's the south end of the section there, was the road along the trees. It is just pure sand, but there is this stuff all the way. So, and yes, there is a very good reason why I'm driving across here. You can't see, there's the dam there. So yes, the north dam is still to graze. That will be our last field to graze on our first rotation out through. But I've got a broken fence post over here. I seem to remember. I can't remember where the heck it is. It might be over here. Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to show you that. If you can see the bare spots, that's what grasshoppers do. You can see, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but you can see them jumping around. It's not gophers, it's grasshoppers, I tell you. Anyway, and we're back. So, all the posts are in. And these are these 8-footers, the 8-foot 5-inch. I found if you buy the 4 to 5, you'll get the 5-inch. If you buy the 5 to 6, you'll get the 6+ inch. And as much as that sounds awesome, they are hard to get into the ground at this time of the year. Springtime, yeah, I'll use those ones all day long. But what I'll find that end up happening, because we do have, it's not stony ground, but there is stones in the ground. Now I know that sounds weird, but anyway. So what'll end up happening is the post will be going in fine, and then boom, it'll just take off. These ones seems to behave. So yes, we are taking a hit on the width of the gateway, but there really is no point in having a massive gate here. So this is a 16-footer. So we have a whole bunch of those lightweight gates. So there's going to be a 16-footer going here, because we do not need to have a, well, that's like a 22-foot opening. So plus that is definitely not an 8-foot post the way it's leaning over. So I'm going to reattach this wire to this one. So this fence will be 2-strand electric for now. So I just put extra posts in here because this is how it's going to be on the 5-foot paces, just for here, because I figured this part looked kind of a bit minging. I know, I couldn't leave it alone. Anyway, so I started running the wire, but I was thinking maybe I could just use the, because I'm a Gen X, not a millennial, but is it Generation Y? Like, why is it so hard to do? So I think I'm going to use the Gen Y way to get this done, because things just magically get done. Isn't that how Gen Y looks at things? Things just magically get done. So I'm going to use the Gen Y, and just somebody else will do it. So let's just have a go at that here. Like, that's like how you're supposed to do it. Like, just have somebody else do it. It's like magic. Everything just happens by magic. So that is first stage. And for those new to the channel, it'll be like, that's 4-strand barbed wire. What do you mean first stage? Hey, Mr. Dragonfly, go eat all the mosquitoes. Hey, there's my boys. Eat them all up. Kill them all. Squirrel. Anyway, so you'll notice there is 2 strands of electric fence back there. So what will end up happening is I will put a strainer with an insulator here, and then I will put little insulators all along the top of the fence, and one of the wires will go along the top, and that will be our main power carrier around the whole farm. And then I have little bits of wood, so every second post there'll be a little bit of wood between the second and third barbed wire that will stick out 10 inches, and I'll have an insulator on like one of those, and the other wire will sit there. So that way you won't get some of the calves on drier years when their hair and their skin's a little tougher, pushing through the barbed wire and stretching the wire all to heck. So what'll end up happening is that wire there will let them eat down to the bottom of the fence, but as soon as they start pushing on the fence and they touch the power and the barb, they will get all of the voltage. All of the voltage. Crack-a-lackin'. So that's how all of the, because right now this and then this fence will be a boundary. This field here will not be a grazing field for the foreseeable future. So this, and then the fence that goes that way, I talked about that already. Ooh, big moon. So yeah, I am going to go start. I'm going to do the 4-strand barb all the way down here, get that all done. And then after that's done, we're going to hang this gate and then finish off this electric. And then that way, this ravine can actually hold animals before I get the power wire set up. But I'm hoping tomorrow we'll get it all done. Anyway, I'm losing light. It's weird, like it's getting darker earlier. It's 9:15 right now, and that's the sun completely gone, and twilight is coming past us. So welcome back. Going. It is now currently, I think it's all day. It was Friday. Yeah, pretty much it was all day. So, oh dang it. As you can see, we're making a right good start. 2-strand is up. So this isn't, it's almost 1/4 of a mile, this fence that we're updating here. So as you'll have seen in the previous clip, the other fence, the 4-strand, so the backup fence. So I don't like about this Chinesium wire, you get these kinks. It doesn't roll out smoothly, so you get these little pulls, like see there. It takes a lot of tensioning to get that pulled out of it. So I gotta walk back and forward and throw it in to get her tensioned up. Normally I pull the wire spool off the back of the quad and then run back down here with the quad and do it. But the spool is actually quite a big spool, and it's hard to take it off. Really what I should have is like a trailer that you pull behind the quad that has all of the fencing gear on it. So then I can just unhook it, and then run back and forward, pulling and tweaking the wire. You gotta pull and tweak your wire. What an evening. Now it's still in the mid-20s. See, that's what I mean, it's stuck there. We're still in the mid-20s right now, but it's very calm, very muggy. But next week, we're supposed to be back close to 30 again. So, I want to be done as much of this fencing by then. So I got to do pull, tension, nail, and then run the 4-strand, and then I'm going to run the top hot wire on both of these fences because I need that power supply. And then I can come back and do the doop-de-doos out the front. I can do them at a later date. But tomorrow, Liam is coming out to give us a hand. We're going to walk out Lamar and Mac, the 2 bulls out of the gen pop. We're going to pull the bulls. That's them done with the big herd. Haven't seen them doing work for a while, so as far as we know, they're all done. And this is us clamping down on lake calving. We're going to put the bulls with, I should take those tensioners out, squirrel, because I want to take, I don't know, I want to take as much of the wire down that way. Anyway, so Liam's coming out to help us walk the two bulls out, and then we're going to put the two bulls with the south paddocks, the first and second time heifers. Just give them a couple of weeks in there, just in case anything shows up. Those two boys will get that tidied up. Pardon me, a little burp. So yeah, they'll get 2 weeks. So then end of August, so by the time Liam's birthday, because he's beginning the first week of September. Here's a crazy one for you while we're on the subject. So Liam turns 23 first week of September. I was 23 right when I moved to Canada, emigrated. That is blowing my mind that my son is now the age I was when I moved to this country. Crazy one, and I'm pretty sure my brother and probably dad. So dad, yeah, here's a funny one for you. It's a very peculiar jet trail right by the sun. That's weird. Squirrel. Here's one for you, Dad. Donald is the age you were when you emigrated us here. Yeah, because you would be 54, turning 55. Donald is now 55, so yeah. Oh, time gets away from you. So at some point I got to go back along and pull all these insulators off, because I'll need them on this side. So yeah, so Liam's gonna help us get the two bulls out, and then me and Liam are going for a dude's date. We're heading to the city. We're gonna go and watch that new Alien movie, so make Piper Doug get off the farm for once. Anyway, let's get on with this. Yeah, I gotta wear my, I need to get my new gloves, because I had a new pair of gloves, I can't find them. I have to wear these, because if not, you end up with lots of that. So let's get on. Holy moly. Oh. So yeah, whatever's going around, I know there's a lot of people talking about there's a big revival of COVID stuff going around. Piper Doug's not feeling his chipper today. Whatever tummy thing's going around, so kind of sucks the wind right out of your sails, as they say. Anyway, back to the job at hand. So yeah, it's currently it's 1:45. So Liam's coming out for coffee, and then after coffee time, myself, Liam, and Mrs. Piper Doug, we are going to try and wrangle those two bulls out of the Gen Pop and put them with the first and second timers, and then we're going to put the Gen Pop back into one of the first two paddocks that they had at the start of grazing, because it's got a lot of really nice fresh shoots in there. So I want to put them in there for a couple of days while I finish off checking the ravine fences, because I just kind of eyeballed that stuff, and I have to go and check, make sure that the power is isolated to the fences that we need and not to the whole farm, because we just found it works out better that way, because until we go over all the fences, there is areas that bleed power, whether it's branches and grass or whether it's really shady insulators. We found out the hard way that we bought a bunch of cheap insulators and they've come back to haunt us, because the plastic is so soft that after a few summers of sitting in the sun, the plastic gets so malleable that the wire literally pulls through the plastic to the wire that's holding the plastic to the post, like the strainer systems. So I just want to do a couple of more days, because this part down here that you saw me doing in the last clip is ready for them. I put the top hot wire on. I haven't put the jut out wire on it yet, but that's not really that important right now. But I am going to go and finish nailing up the third strand of barbed wire on this fence, because I'd like to have this fence pretty robust by the time we come into the ravine, and that way that if there is any mistakes, accidents, that they can't just get out here as well. So, like I said, we'll bring you back when we either before or after we move the bulls, because fencing isn't all that entertaining until I cut myself or drop the hammer on my foot or something like that. So let's get going. Yeah, there's a reason I'm in the truck, by the way, and not come down on the quad, because the cows associate the quad with moving. So every time I fire up the quad, they think they're being moved, even though they are definitely not out of food. So yeah, I figured I would take the truck today, that way I'm not disturbing them till it's time to pull the bulls, and then we can disturb them all we like because they're getting moved anyway. So anyway, let's get going. Hey Beans. Hey sweetie. Beauty. So Beans had her calf. Beauty is one of the sad ones. She did not have a calf. She didn't have one yet, but I'm pretty sure she didn't. Oh, she's one of the Blackbird girls. Not Raven. Maggie? I think she's Maggie. She had 45, did not. Mark's sister did not. Hey, sweetie girl. Squiggles did not. Teens did. She's one of the stars. Oh, and sorry, not. This is Lone Star. Lone Star can be a little standoffish, but what are you doing? Hey? And 21, she had hers. So Puddin' Pop, actually, Puddin' Pop, who's the bull in here, who's been working this system. I don't know if he realizes he's got company. So yeah, we'll bring you back and show you. Oh, he's right there. So the bulls are pulled. So there's Lamar. Buddy, they're over here. Lamar knows this paddock because he was working this paddock last year. Well, the year before, actually. So he does know his way around here. And his cohort, Mac, is on the other side. There he is, over at the other fence, making a bunch of noise because he's not happy. So, yeah, that's the main herd debulled. So, they'll be in here for 2 weeks, get to the end of August, and then that's it. That is the bulls. All three will be pulled and put in one of their winter homes. So, anyway, bring you back. So, further to conversations. So we have twin gates here, so that will close off this area. There will be twin gates. I'll stand back a bit. There will be twin gates here. That way, when animals are in here, they can get to the water trough. The water trough, the green one that you have, the plan is it will be set here, away from this. This way that it shouldn't get wet and sludgy. So yeah, we will put a whole bunch of 2x8 heavy lumber along this wall, and then chain a bale feeder there and have the water trough inside the bale feeder. That way no animals climb into the water trough. Anyway, so yeah, we'll have gates there, we'll have gates there, and we'll also have gates here. Reason for that being is when we go to do stripping, like pulling the bulls, we can walk the bulls with a few cows into here and then close them in here and then slip the cows and cows back out, and then we can walk the bulls out and into their area. I don't even know where that came from. It's like a pin of some kind. Anyway, so here's the irony. We've still got a few of the older cows and some calves down in the faraway paddock. And ironically, the faraway paddock looks not unlike that. There's still lots out there. Like if you look here, there's still a lot out there. But there's a lot of its long stem, strawy stuff. And if you wanted to, you could make them clean it up. But we don't have to. The reason I've let them back into this number 2 is because if you look at the regrowth, it's a lot of very rich grass. This will give me at least, well, I don't want to have them in here too long, but this will give me at least half a week before they start to make an impact on it. And that'll let me get that south ravine, all the fences checked, all the updates done, and get the south fence pretty well ready and finished. So then when these guys move south into that ravine, then I start on the north ravine. But the plan is to take the swather out and do a demo run just to try the new solenoid block, because that's what we think was the bypass causing the header to get slow, and the O-rings would be blowing inside it. So we got to do a demo before we get right into second cutting, which we really could cut at any moment right now, but I have no plans on taking a third cut because there's just too much to do between fencing, get a second cut, and then we're going to be baling straw in about a month from now. So, and gosh knows that'll be somewhere about 700 or 800 bales. So there you go. Heads down, bums up, chew on. It's weird. It doesn't look like 85. Yeah. It's 85 with 80 at foot. Because there was a bunch of the open 3-year-olds that we let out here. So, oh yeah, there's still a few up at the far end. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm gonna go inside, have a shower. I know, it's crazy. It's not even 5 o'clock. Why? Well, I'm gonna go have a shower, then we'll have supper, and then me and my boy, me and my lad, me and my mini-me, who's actually way stronger than me, and he's almost taller than me. Yeah, they grow up so fast. We're going to a movie. Going to go watch the latest Aliens, which I think I already said. So, taking an evening away from the farm. Shocker. So yeah, like I said, thanks for watching, and tune in, because like I said, we will be getting that fence finished, and I'm hoping in the next video you will be trialing the swather, because we need to know that right away. And the weather's holding. The weather looks good for the foreseeable future. So what my plan is to go and knock a couple of rings off of every field, and that should tell me whether or not it is ready to go. So thank you for watching, everybody, and I hope you all come back to have a visit at the Shire. Sure, the ladies would love it. Man, we gotta fix this. Liam almost made a mistake of walking into that. It's probably knee high in there, because that's just dirt and clay and that too. So we're gonna scoop them out, and we're gonna haul in a lot of shale this fall. We've got an arrangement with our Billy. So as far as I know, we're gonna be hauling in at least 40 dump trucks. I'm thinking we'll probably be aiming for around about 60 at least, because I want to get a whole bunch stockpiled as well, because it's nice to stockpile shale so it can fracture through a winter. So that's what we'll be doing from now on, is we'll be bringing in a bunch, and then we'll be stockpiling what we want going forward, because once it's fractured, it's easier to get leveled, because if not, you're ending up working with big chunks. So, and then Mrs. Piper Doug has a project for me. So from here we will come down a ways to about here, and then there'll be a fence all the way out to there, and then that way we'll have an alley for the animals to come in and out of the corrals going forward. So now I'm away. Thanks, everybody. See you in the next video. Apparently one of the old girls just spotted that the herd's nearby. on that paddock, so it's working really good. You can already see the new green shoots starting to come back on that from that rain, so I'm hoping to get these guys shut out of here as soon as possible, because I think there's still a few still out here somewhere. I'll do a check tomorrow and get them shut out to let this stuff come back. But yeah, there's still lots of plants out there, but like I said, we don't want to eat it right down, so going to the